Good morning, friends. So, I'm going to talk about routines today. My routine changes from time to time, but it always has an element of yoga, the asanas, I should say, not yoga. The movements that we commonly refer to as yoga in our society are the movements, those are the asanas. So I start my day off with a big glass of water, usually with lemon or lime in it. And I just open up and stretch my upper body just to drain my lymph nodes. And then I will put my legs up against the wall, laying on my back and laying on a pillow so that my head sort of hangs off and my heart is lower or higher than my head. My legs are obviously up in the air. And this allows the lymph nodes from the backs of the knees and the ankles and the hips to drain. And it's important for us to drain our lymph nodes to be healthy. And it's something that most people don't do, unfortunately. And that's one easy thing to absolutely improve your life. Anyways, I do anywhere between 10 minutes to say 45 minutes of yoga. And like when I'm going to work, I absolutely time it. Or when I have something to do, I absolutely time it. And then I'll shower, cleanse myself, and meditate. Right now, my meditation includes some spinal breathing, some deep inner peace pranayama. And then I usually do samadhi, but right now I'm singing a mantra to Ganesha 108 times in the morning and then again at night. It's been written that if you do this mantra 108 times morning and night, that it will remove all the obstacles in your life. Not that you'll blast through them, but Lord Ganesha is known as the remover of obstacles. He doesn't go through them, say, as a juggernaut, a term taken from another Indian deity, but he'll find a way around them. And so, anyways, this is supposed to bring spiritual power into your life. And right now, I'm just focused on removing obstacles. And Lord Ganesha revealed himself to me as one of my spirit guides on August 25th. And then again, when I arrived in Chicago, my shaman actually told me that, hey, Lord Ganesha, I see him on one side of you. And then you have an Egyptian goddess on the other side of you. Anyways, morning routines. Tim Ferriss, he wrote 4-Hour Work Week, which absolutely changed my life. You guys, if you haven't read it, I absolutely recommend reading it. 4-Hour Chef, 4-Hour Body. And now he's big into podcasting. The guy has experimented on himself and done he's kind of an amazing human being. Very inspiring. Anyways, he has a book, Tools of the Titans, and I believe maybe I'm mixing the books up, but he has been studying very successful people's routines, daily routines. They have usually morning routines and nighttime routines. And this is part of what he believes has made them successful. In my own life, I know that routines, like even when I go to a new job, I didn't realize this necessarily early in life, but I always find some sort of a routine to get things done if I have something like that I have to do over and over again. So like when I was sewing purses a lot, I would do all my cutting first. I would do certain seams first and then iron everything. And I would just have it so where you do this, so many of these things, so many of this, so many of this, and it just makes things faster. Now, why does my routine always include yoga, and why does my routine always include some sort of breath work? So the body is an antenna. The yogis first started sitting in the woods, and they would just sit there and wait for knowledge to come to them. And knowledge did come to them. One of the things that came to them were the asanas, the movements that we call yoga today. And those movements helped align their bodies so that they could hear from the spirit more. Why did they go into the woods? Because our mother is the earth, right? If we want to get close to the spirit, to the universal energy, to the chi, to the ki, to the prana of life, the breath of life, to infinite knowledge, to universal knowledge, then our bodies have to be aligned. And a big part of that is our spine. And yoga actually aligns the spine. I did a month in Ecuador at yoga teacher training. Thank you to Cheryl, my teacher. And during that month, I actually felt my pelvis shift forward. I felt my spine, the curve of my spine actually change. Like my sacrum shifted forward, and like there was all this popping and crazy stuff going on in my hips and lower back. And it absolutely changed the quality of my life and actually the quality of my breath. So I went to EMT basic school, you know, like you ride in the back of an ambulance and you help people like resuscitate them and stuff like that. I wasn't a full EMT. I was an EMT basic. But the first thing that you check for in an emergency situation is how much oxygen does somebody have, right? And if they're not breathing, well, oxygen is life for us. Breath is life for us. And so if I can align my spine so that my neurons are firing better throughout my body, and if I work on my breath, then I am working on the very foundation, the very solid foundation of life, right, for me. And so not only that, I'm hearing the universal knowledge better because of this. And so my recommendation for routines, this is what works for me. Put the most important things in your life first. So right now, obviously my morning routine changes as life changes for me, but always asanas, always breath work. And right now, video is the third thing, because those are the three most important things in my life right now. I've been told to share more, I'm sharing. So then at night, I do the asanas, I do the breath work, and I also practice my craft of work, how I make money right now, because I'm in a new job. I started in sales in May. I've never done sales before, and I'm in one of the hardest, what they say is the hardest sales job in the entire world. People walk into me with a plan to say no. They leave with a plan to help them and their families for the rest of their lives. But convincing somebody to say yes, who is absolutely has a plan to say no, that's an interesting job, right? Anyways, don't worry, guys. I'm not talking to anybody to anything that they don't actually want to do. And I'm actually helping them to make more memories, spend more time with their families, and do the things that they love to do. Anyways, I hope this helps you guys. I love you. Namaste.